Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Friday, January 13th, so Friday the 13th right now. And if you saw one of my last videos, where starting to try to grow the rootstock, the actual orange trees, so that way I can graft clementines to them and Meyer trees to them. And the reason why is it's called um, the flying dragon, bitter orange, citrus, trifoliata. All of them are saying the same thing. What it is, it's a cold hardy orange, so it'll actually grow here outside just fine in Georgia. Because normally oranges and citrus grow in zones 9 and higher. I'm in 7B since I'm in the mountains of Georgia here. So, but this particular orange tree is cold hardy. However, you can't eat it. I mean, you can if you wanted to, but apparently it just tastes terrible. So, but what it does do is naturally a dwarf tree, only grows 8 feet tall. And that's kind of what I'm looking for because I don't want, a clementine tree or a Meyer lemon tree that are, 30, 40 feet tall. It's just too hard to harvest. So I want the dwarf trees. And what you do is you grow these orange trees, these naturally dwarf bitter orange trees, up to 16 inches tall, and then you graft to them, and then you cut them off, and then the grafting, the scion plant, will end up taking off then. And I have clementine trees, I have Meyer lemon trees, I have, the donor trees ready to go. I just need to grow the base. So with that being said, 2 weeks ago, yeah, it's been 2 weeks now, what I'd done is I'd taken orange seeds, the bitter orange that I had to specialty order, and I tried cold stratifying them. Basically, you put them in wet sand in the refrigerator for about a month. And somebody that watched one of my videos said, "Hey, you don't need to do that." And it caused them to rot because I showed the picture of them, and sure enough, because I didn't know, I'm like, "Oh, they look kind of funny." And he's like, "It looks like they're rotted." I'm pretty sure he's right because it's been 2 weeks. They were supposed to be germinated by now, and I ended up just looking at a few of them out there in my soil that I have, and none of them, they're not even looking like they're starting to. So he gave me, his name is, if in my comments, RC Crazy is what his name is. And so what he had done is he told me the way he usually does it. Now, I'm doing something a little bit different. The way he does it is paper towel, put seeds in there, wash them straight from fresh from the fruit. So he gets done, eating oranges or whatever, washes them up, puts them in a paper towel, leaves them in a plastic bag to, so it's basically, humid controlled, device, or it retains all of it. And then, a high germination rate. So my problem that I'm having though is these bitter oranges, they don't sell. Like, I can't find anywhere to buy the fruit because the best thing is to basically take them straight out of the fruit and do that. But I can't do that. I have to use dry seeds to get it started. Well, the problem with using dry seeds to get it started is the fact that it takes your chances of germination way down. Now, I found a few places that said how to do it. So here's what I'm going to do. I got 20 more seeds. Actually, 23 came. They said 20, but it's 23. I'm going to do 10 in the method that he suggested. Paper towel and put it into a bag and let them germinate that way. And that's going to be one. The next thing I'm going to do is about another 5 or 6. What I'll do is, I saw something online anyway. What they did was, they soaked them, and then after that, they put them in wet soil for, however many days, and then it went ahead and took off. And another one, or the way that the actual place that sold me the seeds said to do it, I'm going to do it the way they say to do it, because they can't sell seeds if they never grow, right? So even though they're dry seeds and it's not ideal, they tell you how to do it, and it says germination is 30 to 60 days, which sounds suspicious to me. But I'm going to show you here where I'm going to start. I'm going to go over and show you what I'm doing right now. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, and this is what was recommended, and like I said, there's 23 seeds in here. What was recommended, and this comes directly from the manufacturer. Actually, I'll get one of them here. This is what it is right here. Citrus trifoliata. Now, this also goes by the name bitter orange. It also goes by the name flying dragon. And these are all dwarf orange trees. Again, you can't really eat them. I suppose you could. They use them to make marmalades and stuff like that, but you can't really eat them plain. So this is what it tells me to do. Soak seeds for 24 hours. And then so I'm 1/2 inch deep, tamp seeds into the soil and lightly cover. You guys can read that. And the temperature is not a problem because that's about where my grow house is at. Germination is 30 to 60 days, which sounds suspiciously long to me. So yeah, here's all I did right here. You get the reflection of the light out of there. And so I just have them in this water right now. I'm going to soak them overnight, like it says, and then I'm going to put some of them in a damp paper towel. I'm going to put the rest of them, I think, in soil. I don't know. I might try to do a different way because one of the things online that I saw, I was watching a YouTube video, is it says, oh, you can take and break them apart and then you can just take like the inner part of the seed, but I don't know. That looks to me like it's just going to ruin them. So anyway, these all came in dry in the mail. I'm gonna leave them soaking tonight. We're gonna do, actually, I'm probably just gonna do 50-50. I'll do half like he had suggested. I'm gonna do another half like the package is suggesting here. But if anybody's curious, this is dwarf and rootstock. So if you have any dwarf, and there's the name of it. That's where I got them from, plantflowerseeds.com. So if you ever wanted to, for example, if you have a Meyer lemon tree, if you have any citrus tree and you want a dwarf version of it, you can grow these here, citrus trifoliata or flying dragon, bitter orange, whatever. And if you know, you can find plenty of videos how to graft to it. And then you can actually do it yourself and grow them and then make your own trees. I kind of want to have at least twice as many trees as I want, so that way in case I have, bad year or something bad happens. Like this year, the power went out of my grow house and the temperature took a dive, which I thought I was going to lose a couple clementine trees, but I don't think so now. I think they'll be okay. So that's the plan. It's Friday night. I'm going to do this probably tomorrow night or Sunday is when I'm going to actually plant these. And I'll show that and show you what it looks like. And then I'll keep doing an update about once a week so you can see how it's progressing. All right, everybody, we are back. These have been now soaking for about 30 hours now, 36 hours because it's the next day. It's actually Sunday morning right now. And so here's what I'm going to do. I got 20 seeds altogether. Actually, about 23 came. So I'm going to do 11 of them. This is the way the paper towels, this is the way that somebody in my comments after my last video had suggested to do it, and he has a lot of luck with this. And so, that's fine, because the way I was doing it obviously didn't work, because the way I was doing it, nothing came up. So I'm going to do this many like this in a wet paper towel and then put it into a Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to take the others that are still in here and I'm actually going to put them in the soil. Now that's the way that where I bought these seeds from, that's what it said to do. Soak them 24 hours. And then after I get done soaking them for 24 hours, then I take and put them in, actually put them in soil and keep them, 70 to 80 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and put these into the plastic bag here and do the same thing, or not do the same thing, but then put the rest inside about 1/2 inch deep in dirt. All right, so here we go. This is what it looks like here. They're all inside of here. I have them all in this in the bag, and you can see all the seeds in here. There's a damp paper towel. It's not soaking wet, but it's damp. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's completely sealed up. So I'm just going to leave it here now, and we'll see. I'll check on it in about a week. I don't know if I'll be able to see through there or not because, like I said, I can kind of see them a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to give it a week, unless the person that I talked to that was in my comments, was his name RC Crazy, unless he says it's not right. Because I'm going to go ahead and, after I get these planted, I'm going to go ahead and post this video, and then I'll keep posting updates to it after that. So here we go. This is his method, but these seeds are dried out. He told me not to use dried out seeds. However, I just can't find the actual fruit itself to reclaim them from, because bitter oranges, just nobody sells them anywhere that I can find anyway. So I'm going to try this. It's kind of an amended version of what he was saying. So we're going to try this, and I'm going to try the way that the place that I bought it from actually said to do it, which is pretty much the same. Just one uses paper towel, one uses soil. So I'm going to go plant the others in soil and probably post a video so that way we can keep track of it, and I have a good, you know, time frame of when everything happened. All right, everybody, welcome back. So I just got done with the rest of the orange seeds. Saw me put them in the paper towel. Now, what I'm doing here is I put them all in here. Now, I had about 12 seeds left. So what I did is I put these 2 rows of 3, so 6 over here, 6 over here, right in the middle. They were soaking for 2 days, 48 hours in water. The paper towels were 30 hours, something like that. So I'm going to give it, the reason why I'm doing it 2 different ways is the paper towel method is the method that, again, RC Crazy in my comments had mentioned to do it, and it makes sense. And this is the way that the place I bought the seeds from told me to do it. So I'm going to do it both ways, see if there's any difference, see if one works, one doesn't work. The weird part is it said, the place I bought them from said 30 to 60 days germination rate, which seems really long, but you know, whatever. That's what they're saying, so we'll call it good. Just a little update also on the rest of it. Meyer lemon tree, this one's doing really good. I'm out in the grow house right now. This is another Meyer lemon tree. It still hasn't recovered, but it's root bound. If you guys have seen my earlier videos, these are both root bound really bad. This one's actually doing pretty decently though. And this guy over here, oh no. And on this one, this is a clementine tree, and it's putting on growth. It's putting on growth. I probably need to water it a little bit more, but all the way up there, this thing's getting tall. I had to get a lot of these out of the light because it was getting too close to the light and it was getting just too hot. Another clementine tree back there. Now the 2 in the back, if you guys saw my previous video, the 2 in the back here had a lot of problems because the power went out and it was really cold in Georgia. I mean, look at all the leaves there on the ground. It dropped most of them out. But if you look here now on this guy, I thought it was gonna die, but I'm getting new growth. I'm getting a lot of new growth on this guy here. You know, you can come here, that's all new growth. Then all this is new growth. And then the same way back here with this, I thought it was all gonna completely die, but then all of these right here are all brand new. So it looks like I'm not gonna lose any clementine trees, but I thought I was going to because power went out on that cold snap in northern Georgia. I mean, it was only 8 degrees here. Clementine trees can't survive down to 8 degrees. So, and then we have my Honey Crisp apple. This is getting really close to these lights, but it doesn't look singed. They actually still look really good, even though if I put my hand here, okay, I guess there's not too much heat. Yeah, I guess there's not too much heat here, and I'm only 4 inches down from the lights here, but that's still pretty close. But it's doing really good. This is my Honey Crisp apple. It's a dwarf, and then I have my 2 seedless grapes here, and starting down there. He comes up right here, and it's on the trellis here, and goes across the trellis. And then another one right there. He's just starting to come up. He keeps getting covered up though, so he's not wanting to grow very much, but he's at least doing okay. And this grape is coming all the way to the end here. It's growing off the hitch, so I'm gonna have to get it trained up a little bit to go up the trellis. And then this one right here, this is my Granny Smith, and it's just not looking great, but it's still growing. Like out the top, it's still growing really nice. But like some of these leaves, turn brown, but only a couple of them look withered, like that guy. But then up here, everything looks fine. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with those. I just wish it was spring now because I'm gonna plant these at that point. I broke it off earlier right here. Right here, I broke it off right after I got it. And as you can see, this is all new growth up here since I got it. So anyway, I'm going to leave it right there. It's only about 70 degrees in here right now because I had to repurpose another heater for the time being, just for the next couple of days. But 70 degrees in here is, just fine as long as it stays above 50 or something like that, which it doesn't have an issue to staying above 50. I moved the temporary fence here on the property, so that way next year I can plant more grass and get it more cleaned up to get more of the lawn done. I have earlier videos about that too. But I'm going to leave this. I'm going to go ahead and leave this off here. What I'm going to do is probably I'm not sure, every week. Once I start seeing germination, whether it's in the paper towels inside or in the dirt here, I'll do a video. Otherwise, I'm going to give it I'm going to do a video at least in 2 weeks to show you if there's any progress. But if I see something before that, I'll do something like that. And I'm going to keep up with them because I want to know, I want to see how it looks after, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and when I can actually graft to it with the clementines and the lemon trees and everything else here. So I want to make sure that, I want that all to be, my worst fear is that nothing's going to happen on any of them and it's just going to rot out. But I mean, I don't see how that could happen because I'm buying these seeds from a legitimate company, and they send them dry and everything else. Anyway, hopefully everything is okay. There's a few places online that show that you can do it. But I'll keep everybody updated on that. And if you have any suggestions, anybody has any suggestions, that's why I'm redoing it. Otherwise, I'd still be waiting because one of the guys in my comments from my previous video is like, hey, you didn't need to do it that way. They probably just rotted, and he was right. Nothing came up. So thank you for telling me that so I could get started on, get started on the next batch. And I didn't lose that much time. So hope everybody's having a good weekend, had a good weekend and a good upcoming week. And we will see you no more than in probably about 2 weeks if I can find anything, otherwise sooner if it starts coming up sooner. All right, have a good week.